Welcome back to the Sam. Yeah, be back with back in. No, I'm fucking with.
Don't pay him no mind. What's up, y'all?
Nah, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? Click down below, hit the comments, like the live, every send me some money, cash app. You don't get your weird ass the fuck about it.
Send me some money, cash app.
Weird, bro. Man, got a whole goddamn storyline. Welcome back to the Samuels.
I'm fine.
And I'm at.
Y'all know who that is.
The world's greatest.
So, on today's episode,
Your topic.
I want to speak on a topic that
I'm pointing fingers.
Everyone is having issues with right now. Every couple is having problems.
Not every couple.
Not every couple.
A lot
of couples. I've seen it on social media a lot. I've heard about it a lot. I've had conversations about it a lot, and people are speaking on it because it's a touchy subject for some people, and then for others they just like it is what it is. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that subject is 50-50.
Oh boy.
Me, I like to call it the benefits of having a husband.
I don't know. Could it be that?
That's what I want to call it.
What if you ain't got no husband?
This is how I feel about it.
You gotta have a husband.
No, you don't have to have a husband. I said for me. For me, the benefits of having my husband.
Oh, you should have said my husband. There's some broke husbands out there that gotta pay, that don't have it, and they like playing.
True. But I'm talking about me.
Okay.
The benefits of having my husband. But no.
Your husband ain't always have it neither. I was broke too.
Yeah, but when you ain't had it,
I still did what I had to do.
You still did what you had to do.
I did what I could afford to do. I stayed in my bracket.
Right. Yeah. So you can speak on that part about.
Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna go into it. I didn't want to touch on this because I feel like it's like so many people already talked about this, and it's been a back and forth, and a lot of people disagree, and it's kind of like it's worn out. But I understand because we just now coming on to YouTube and we find enjoyment in this, and we want to give our opinions on it, right?
Right, and it's something that we spoke about. Right. So why not?
We talked about it a lot.
Why not let our audience see how we feel about it?
Right? I thought we didn't talk about this before when I said my homeboy that was charging the girl to go half on the car note and she couldn't know how to drive.
Making a statement.
Oh,
we didn't talk about.
Oh, I remember saying that.
We didn't talk about the issue. You was making a statement.
Oh, okay.
You did say something about it, but we didn't talk about how we felt about it.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So
but
you want to go first?
He don't want to talk about it, but I do.
Nah, I don't mind. Nah, let's go into it. I could talk. I'm multifaceted. I could talk about. I have knowledge on everything, on mostly everything. Not everything. No man knows it all, but I know a little bit about everything because I've been through a lot, and I met a lot of people throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the kind of career that I got. But you want to go first, or you want me to go first about my opinion on it?
I want to hear your opinion first.
I bet you do. All right. Again, I wanna, be very transparent about how I feel when it comes to money first, because money is all perspective. Mm-hmm. What's money to one man is nothing to another man. Mm-hmm. It's peanuts. You know what I'm saying? What's a lot of money to another man, it'd be, like something to die for. You know what I'm saying? It's another man to kill you for. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. You get where I'm going with it. Mm-hmm. It's all perspective. Now, when it comes to women and going 50-50, I think naturally women's their natural state of being is to be nurturers. And a man's natural state of being is to be a provider and a protector, right? And I think a lot of times people put too much emotions into it where they get to feeling like, oh, I'm not paying for a chick to do this, that, and third. Where her money at? What she bring to the table? Well, actually, how it was always aligned back in the day is traditional ways. Traditional. Now, I do know we live in different times now. Traditionally, we buy the food, they make a meal. We buy the house, they make it a home. You know what I'm saying? Women carry children. We give you the seed, we have sex, That's why men thing go out. You are the receiver. Our penis stick out. So when I insert inside of you, you put a bun comes out of the out of the oven, right? Right? Put a bun in there. So your natural state is to nurture. When I go hunting, if you look at the animals, and I heard people say like the lion goes out and she captured and the man stays at home to protect, whatever. We know 90% of the times, they say 75%, excuse me, of men in jail is because of women. And if you look at why the man is in jail, 99.9% of the time is because he wasn't resting in his natural state. So she went out of her natural state, which is she went masculine and he went feminine. So he wound up killing the chick or got emotional or did something drastic or rob a bank just to prove to her I could provide. It's so many different reasons why men are in jail. And I'm not blaming it on the women, but it's due to the fact that he didn't know how to manage a household and provide for his home and to rest in his natural state of mind. To have a woman 50-50, I don't see nothing wrong with it when you are on a come up, but you're not supposed to stay there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about it. Have I lived like that? No. I don't ever remember living like that. You know what I mean? Because even when I was in past situations, I took care of majority, even because I didn't have a lot of money. Even when we first got together, it was majority. You did things, but it was majority. And when I looked at you and I said, one day I'm gonna be able to take care of all things. I'm gonna show you. And I made it happen, through the grace. And then I put you in your resting state, your feminine state. You went into your femininity. You rested in your femininity. Your job is to make sure that the home is good, the food, the this, the that, and then you can do what your hobby is. So that helps you to relax in your feminine nature. You get what I'm saying? You could do the nails. Or how can a woman rest and do her nails, hair, this, that, and third, cook a gourmet meal, hold a baby, do this, do that, make sure homework done, laundry, and still go to work, and then you expect to have a woman, a feminine woman, a womanly woman. It's not going to happen. So that's why so many women are overly masculated. They're aggressive now. You hear women talking like dudes, and I'm beating on my chest, and I could do what I man. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they want to act like I'm a passer right now. That's why I don't like talking about it, because they're like, "Oh, you passing judgment? A man can do what a woman can do." Okay, really? So let me see you go out there right now. Go do 12 hours in a warehouse factory. Go lift some bricks up, and then when one of them dudes cross your path and disrespect you and spit in your face or do anything, and then fight a big old man right now and see how you come back home, huh? You know the strength of a man versus a woman.
Right.
And if you all through the Bible, it says God talked to man. And it says in the script, I would pull it, I love to back up. I'm gonna back the scripture out on that. As a matter of fact, when you talk, God talks to man. Women are men are supposed to talk to their father God and get the messages from God. We lead the household, we lead the nation of man, we lead the flock. And the woman's supposed to be following the man as far as his guidance and his woman. That's why a man is supposed to lead. We rest in that state. So I don't know what society has.
Woman is a man backbone.
There you go. Yeah.
We're the men backbone.
Yeah, we're the men backbone. You're my soft spot. That's where I'm supposed to land at. You're my zen. You know what I'm saying? You're my zen area. So when the world drives me crazy, I'm supposed to be able to call my wife and have a cushion. But how can I do that if you working and I'm working, you going through hard times, I'm going through hard times? And that's where the cheating happens, when girls get work husbands, which is another topic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he spent 90% of her time here, and all it takes is for her to have somebody that understand her pain and be like, baby, we could do this together, you know what I'm saying? And whatever, I got your back. I bring you something to eat or whatever, and then boom, next thing you know, she's cheating. This is why that happens a lot. So, from my perspective, honestly, I don't think no man should go 50-50 with a woman. I don't think so, and I don't think women can naturally respect a man that should go 50-50 with. She might deal with it, but she's not gonna respect it. That's just my perspective on it, honestly. And that's why I have to keep emphasizing my perspective, because people take these kind of conversations and they're like, oh, what the hell you talking? They get real aggressive, like, what? I can handle it. But let's be real. We just watched a video today when the women go out there and they make high dollar jobs and they feel like, oh, I make more money. What do they usually do? They look at a man as less than. Because your job is not being fulfilled.
You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah. And I had an argument with a dude, and I'm not gonna sit on there. He know who he is. When he came to visit from New York, and he was like, "Man, I just bagged a chick with a Range Rover. And she had this nice car, and did it." I'm like, "What is that supposed to mean to me? You didn't tell me about her personality. You ain't tell me if she a good mother. and she a good wife. All you told me is that she got money. And what is that supposed to do?
Right.
Oh, you don't want to take with bread. I'm like, I don't care about that. Because if I'm leading, a marriage is a business as well as is a companionship, as well as it's a safe place, as well as it's family, but it's business too. So if I'm leading and my wife got my back, you do the research, I do the work. You know what I'm saying? You tell me, Matt, do this. I say, baby, yo, get this invoices done, and I'm gonna go out there and kill it, and I'm gonna drag this money back in, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Make sure y'all good. You get what I'm saying? You ever see a man look dusty and the wife and the kids look fly to the man?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's a reason for that. Because he understands the principles. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be prettier and sassier than your family or than your wife.
That's true. But it's not a lot of dudes that
think like that. That's because they didn't have no OGs. They didn't have and honestly, let me not take it away from God, because they don't even understand the principles, because they're not fasted in the word. They're not staring in the word. They don't understand when God, it's a tree. And you're supposed to steward properly. You're supposed to take care of your family dynamic, so that way you are breaking generational curses and you're leading a legacy on, so that way generations to come, your family legacy. That's why I say the Samuels a lot, and that's why we're going by that name, is because it's a family. You know what I mean? All the clothes, look at all the brands and stuff that we wear. 90% of them is a family. Somebody believed in something. 99.9% of the time, there was a woman in there. You know what I'm saying? There was, besides every great man, there's a great woman. Why do you think they say that?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. You know, so I just strongly believe that it's cool if you don't have it, but even then, if you don't have it, so it's kind of like I contradict myself saying this, and it's like I battle with this. I don't want a woman if I don't have it, because I don't want to bring you into a impoverished environment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring you into struggle. You know what I mean? So I'd rather try to get it, and along the way, if God say this is your appointed partner that's going to help you get there, and she can understand where I'm at. That's why a lot of dudes get in trouble, because they get the lying, acting like they got it. And then when the woman come in, you ain't got it. Now you mad because she ready to leave, or she cheated on you because you misled her. Right. You playing games. Why you didn't keep it real? Just say, yo, this is baby girl. Look, this is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission.
That's like when we first started going out, and you laid it down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. And I ain't got that.
Nah, that was the funniest shit. But we said it before, but I can reiterate that.
Yeah, you told me what it was.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm not ashamed of nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what I got, and you let me know if you want to stay here.
Yo.
You gave me that opportunity.
Yo, listen. Let me tell you something.
I wanted to be here, or I wanted to be here. But spiritually, you're here.
Yeah, you could be spiritually rich. Yeah. Financially, somebody else could be there.
You know, yeah. So it's not always a balance.
Right.
But the fact that you gave me that opportunity, where you told me what it was.
Right. It's all about being real with yourself.
Yeah, you told me what it was.
You can go, because you see, and you know why? Because you heard what you just said. Spiritually, right? When we first got together, spiritually, I was probably more richer than your recent situation, or your past situation. We don't say no names, right? Mm-hmm. I'm richer than him spiritually. Financially, he had more money. But when you really think about it, again, going back to the scripture, what is it profit as a man who gains the world and loses his soul? He's spiritually poor. No amount of money can't fix that. Right. You get what I'm saying? So even though he got dollars, your intentions is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do is selfish. You know what I mean? Self-centered. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm like, listen, I'd rather give you the opportunity to say, I'm not there yet. You know, and we need to tell a story because it's funny. I think I did say it before. Yeah. We pulled up, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker, what you doing here? You ain't gotta be here. What, is you crazy? You're like, nah, I ain't had no love. And I looked you in your eye, and I could tell you wasn't lying. You know what I'm saying? But and I tell people that story, and they mind blown, like, what? That's how I knew you was different, because you didn't have to stay. Because there was nothing for you. Even when my family like, yo, she trying to use you, what she want? This story ain't adding up. She was with a guy that had money while she here, and he got all this money, he got this going on, and like, oh, well, she can't rob me for anything. I don't have anything for her to take. I mean, you want to steal my heart out my chest? Like, what are you talking about? I don't have anything. You know what I mean? So it got to be organic. You know what I mean? You know, I swear. Hey, man, look, I remember, and I'm gonna be real. You know, like I said, I always feel like you tell the truth, you shame the devil. I remember I was playing a pity pat game with my wife, and when I say my, excuse me, whew, Lord forgive me, y'all forgive me, with my ex, and she was doing a lot of cheating and all kind of crazy stuff. And I remember I just started working out, taking care of myself. I lost all this weight. I didn't have a lot of money, but I had this little, I was working at Lowe's, and I bought my little truck, and I started hollering at this chick, and I got her information. We started talking, and somewhere down the line, I didn't understand how I caught the girl. I just knew it was confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. And when I found out who she was, I was like, wait, you got dudes with Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool, but this is what I want, and this is what I'm dealing with. And you rocking or not? He's like, I like you. You know what I mean? And we went rocking. So you know what I mean? We went, did a whole shebang. And I got caught. And she said, and my ex caught me. And I said, look, man, you've been doing you. Like, you know, this relationship been done. And this is the girl I was talking to, whatever. She like, yeah, who this number? And I told her, and she was like, she don't want you. She using you. I know this girl. You know who this girl is? And I was like, no. He's like, this girl is popular. She deal with dudes with money, and she using you. I make $11 an hour at the time. I'm like, using me for what? I don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can't fathom. They can't fathom that. Listen, they can't fathom that somebody can rock with you for you being real. Because it ain't too many of that left. And
that's what the lady just said on the thing we was watching. She said it's not a lot of good men out there. If they are, they're already married.
Yeah.
And most of them are taken. There's no good man sitting out there for basically for grabs.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because I again, it goes back to the abundant mindset. If you change you and you stop, what happens when you stop looking? It finds you.
That's what I said before.
You get what I'm saying? When you stop looking for it and you surrender, it finds you. That's why the scriptures say, be still and know that I'm God. Because he's telling you, stop chasing the thrill. Stop chasing it. Just stop. Know that I'm God, meaning come to me and let me be your answer. I'm going to take care of all your wants and needs. I prayed for a woman like you know what I mean, to come into my life before you got here, and I was single father and everything. I didn't know how it was going to come. I just knew when I found love, I knew that was it. It was like, oh, okay. Ain't no running from this, huh, God? No, there's no running. You ask for it, there you go. And naturally and organically it aligns. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I know I'm going off a little bit, but it goes back to what I said. I don't think that a man should be looking to start a family if he don't have it. Man, I don't think there's nothing wrong with 50-50 if something goes bad or you guys are building together. And everything is all perspective, because what's money to somebody else is not money to another man. You get what I'm saying? Another man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a known fact.
That's just my perspective on it. And we all fall on hard times. You know what I'm saying?
True. I mean, 50-50, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with it. Because the circumstance.
Right.
Circumstance. Okay. So if we both have a good paying job, right? And you guys come up with agreement to split the bills, save this amount, put that amount for the kids, if y'all have a goal.
Yeah, we got a goal, yeah.
And y'all decide to do the whole 50-50 thing because y'all have other goals, other things that y'all trying to deal with. It's nothing wrong with that. Right. But if a woman is working and the dude is not working, right? And he wants to do the 50-50 thing, right? And she's making all the money. She's making all the money, he ain't making no money, or it's vice versa. That's where things get messy, my opinion. That's where it gets messy for most couples, and that goes through this type of problem.
The respect levels change,
right?
Yeah.
The respect level change,
and it's going back to the natural state of a woman is to want to be provided and protected. That's just what we are supposed to do. That's our roles as men.
I mean, as a woman, we don't do. You take care of everything. I take the little bills, you know, the little stuff. I do the little
that
stuff.
that I pay for.
You still pay for. You still pay for. So,
All right, good.
but it's still my
Right, it's
money
still
that you giving me.
right, exactly. It's
So,
okay. Yeah.
my money that you giving me, and I just take the little stuff because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
It's not because I have to. You don't.
You want to help naturally.
I want to
naturally
help.
You want
naturally
to help.
I want to help. So the right thing to do as your wife and as a woman that's in the relationship, the right thing for you to do is to, you know, take the light bill, take the gas bill.
Right. It ain't gonna hurt to do that.
Your husband paying the car notes, the rent, the this, the that. Right. Well, so what if you pay the cable bill? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you're gonna get it back anyway.
Right.
It don't make a difference.
Right. You know. Yeah. But if I think that if you're in a relationship and you and your partner is working, right? And it's his idea to do the 50. Because a woman, I don't think a woman's going to come out her face and say, we're going to do the 50-50. Every woman wants to do her own thing. And be provided for. Yeah, right. She wants to feel like she's being taken care of. Mm-hmm. It's just a woman's nature.
Well, when you look at, you know, like the early times, right? Let's be honest, you know, they didn't have washing machines, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't have Uber Eats. Sometimes I think way back in the days they didn't even have stoves and microwaves. You know what I mean? So when a woman was home, there was no hospitals. They had home birth. You know what I'm saying? They washing clothes. They got the baby. Old lady got the one baby on the titty while she cooking dinner. You know what I mean? So they didn't have time to work. You get what I'm saying? Versus now. And I understand that there's ways to make life easier. But let me tell you something. The woman is a piece to a man's chaos. And if I can't come home and feel like I'm at peace and find comfort and peace to get my back rubbed, to say you're good and here's breakfast, here's lunch, here's this, you know what I'm saying, you're okay, and I could rest so I can get out there because, you know, especially I don't like to use race. That's why I just use man, because every man walk is different, whether black, yellow, brown. I don't care what you are. Indian, you know, we know them all. You know what I'm saying? I got an Indian friend that I heard his story. I'm like, damn, you work like a dog. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make a difference. I say when he comes home, the only thing I want to hear is, here's your dinner. How was your day, like you do? You know what I mean? And you're supposed to be my soft spot to land, because I'm going to rest up and I'm going to go out there and slate them. And I'm going to go crazy on them with no excuses. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I wouldn't put you in a house that I couldn't pay for. I wouldn't. That's a real man. That's a man that has discipline and structure.
You don't hang your hat.
You know, your hat. Reach it. Right. My grandmother always said that. So when dudes kill me, so in essence, why dudes be like, oh, she live in the house too, why I gotta pay all the bills? But wouldn't you have that crib anyway? Y'all sharing the same room.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Whether she was there or not,
you still would have had to have a crib. You still would have a car. You still would have had a you know, whatever it is. You would have had nice furniture. Like, okay, maybe you don't need the drapes. Maybe you don't need the expensive soap, the shit that you be buying. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the extra stuff is the problem. Right. Well, even that can be negotiated, because you can say, hey, well, if you want to, just find a hobby to pay for that. Or if you want to do 4 hours over here, you know, it's nothing that ain't gonna kill you. Go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to have that stress. But again, if you're bringing me peace, there's nothing I can't conquer. You know what I'm saying? Because peace is very powerful. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? How can we manifest without peace? How can I sit down and create? How can I hear God? How can I sit down in my living room and say, yo, I need some time to myself after I have a dinner and just think for a second and like, okay, Matt, what are we doing? And sit down with God and say, okay, Lord, what you trying to tell me? What move I need to make next?
A peace of mind is
powerful. Yeah. Oh, it's powerful. It is. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, and then if a man is out to add the extra sauce on it, imagine having different women jumping in out of different bed. It costs money. That costs a lot.
What kills me is the dudes that have multiple women, but living with one and going 50-50 with her. But you out here with
I seen that before. All these other
women, you live with your one main, and you going 50-50 with her.
That's not prioritizing what's important. And you know what's funny? I know dudes like that. Like again, I ain't never gonna call no names, and if the shoe fit, wear it, and I really don't care. I remember a dude calling me one time, and he said a holiday was coming. What, like Valentine's Day? I think it was. I think I tell you a story. If you probably gonna remember as I tell you. And I was just hanging out with him in a spot at a lounge, and he after this bartender chick, he like, yo, she bad, da da da. You know what I'm talking about, bro? He like, yo, shorty bad, da da da. So he showed me the girl. I pulled up to the spot, and I'm like, all right, dude, you know, okay, cool. Like, all right. You buying her this, buying her that. She a bartender. You getting her drink. You buying. Supposed to be giving you some drinks for the low. You know what I'm saying? Right. He buying her drinks, paying for a hookah. And the next day was Valentine. I think he bust up a couple hundred. And next day was Valentine's Day. And I'm like, yeah, what you doing for the ladies and the, you know, the mother of the kids? And then he like, man, I ain't getting them nothing, man. They getting on my nerves. And then I'm like, whoa. You mean to tell me you was just tricking in the spot last night on a random bottle girl, bartender, whatever you want to call her, but you shitted on your home and you got daughters? I lost a lot of respect, and that's something I never even got a chance to tell him. I started backing up, like, bro.
He don't have no respect for his home.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And you got daughters, so again, you know the family. They looking at you as a leader. They looking at you as their guide along with all.
Some dudes don't know how to be a leader.
Yeah, you got to lead the family. So I honestly don't respect a lot of that. So going back to the 50-50. You treat how you treat yourself and how you treat your home, whether she was there or not. You should remain framed no matter what. I would have lived like this regardless whether you was here or not. I would have wanted that for myself. You know what I'm saying?
There's some dudes that agree to let the girl move in with him just so that they can she can help him out with the bills.
He need to bend over. He need to bend over. She need to hit him from behind.
It happens that way sometimes.
He need to bend over.
Right, but when you think about women, when they they make a dude move in with them, that's because they're doing the same thing though. He gonna move in so that he could be able to help me out with some bills.
I mean, that's normal.
But
you get with a chick and she got a car. What's the first thing she gonna say? Oh, yeah, you can take my keys or you can fix it. You can put gas in it, fill the tank up, get an oil change while you at it. You know how this thing go.
That's true.
And man, I was dating chicks when I was single. A minute I jumped in the car with it, bro, and we went to the gas station. All of a sudden, you gotta go to the gas station. Now I already knew it was time to come out of like it was to be expected. It's not that you tricking; it's just they expect you to do because that's how the game go. We know how this go, man. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no business going out there with it anyway if you ain't got it. Because what you gonna say? I'm gonna take you to dinner, but I can't get you $20 worth of gas. I could buy drinks, but you see the priorities in that. If that's the case, I would have got the gas. I'm like, you know what, baby girl, listen, I ain't have I'm that kind of dude. That's what you're trying to say. Because I would have said, I didn't have a good week this week. All I got is this for the budget. So how about I get some gas, we get some food, and we go back to the crib and hang out. We ain't got to have sex. If we go there, we go there. If we not, we not. It's all good. And she either going to respect it or reject it.
That's true.
And then go on your way. And then I think because I have that mindset that what you won't accept, another chick will. Mm-hmm. So bye. It's okay. Plenty of fishes in the sea.
That is true. That is true.
You see, the lying to ourselves is what messes up. That's what messes a lot of people up. And it ain't just dudes, it's women too.
It's women too.
Because if you know that you don't even play those games, I'm going to hold them accountable.
I mean, I think that when a woman is living with a man, in my opinion, and she has to do 50-50 with him, that make her lose a little respect for him. Mm. Because
she is. Mm.
Because you're the provider. Like,
how you gonna rest your head not knowing if you're gonna be homeless or not? Huh?
Right.
Tell me how that works.
The man is the provider, so
if you gotta go 50-50, you don't got your half. That means in 30 days you might be homeless.
If I don't have my half, that means we can't pay the bill. So that means you can't hold it down.
You might have the lights cut off.
How can I respect you? How can I trust you to protect me if I don't know if you can be able to hold down the bill if I don't put my half?
I'm gonna make this more simple because I know this video ain't supposed to be long, y'all. We had a show. This supposed to be a short one. I want people to imagine it like this, right? And this is just with all honesty. And let's keep it real. You was there before. You meet a female, you in a position. Let's just say whatever that you work at, I don't care what it is. Home Depot, retail store, warehouse job. This is all you could afford. you're making 50 grand a year, let's say 50, 60 grand. That's what they say the average man makes now, 50, 60, something like that, right? Okay, this is what you can afford. When she gets together with you, she's coming into your world, or you're bringing her into your world. This is what your foundation and what your finances can provide. Excuse me. Until now, here comes a plan. Remember, I had the plan. I didn't have a lot of money. You backed me up, because remember, I was still taking care of everything we had going on. Right. But this is where we were. You gave me your last 900 and said, I believe you. Just start your business. I took that 900 and we never looked back. I've been a six-figure man ever since, right? This is not to brag, but to think about it. Think about what I'm saying. I never went outside of what I couldn't afford. So you still, if you love me, you're going to rock with my foundation, what right. I can afford. Right. We had one car at the time. We shared the one car. We shared everything. And then you said, what do you want to do? I said, baby, I think I want to do this. What you think of it? You said, I believe in you. Here go this last 900, go do it. And I'm going to help you do all the paperwork. We had a stack of paperwork like this. I had to fly out to go show fingerprints and federal backgrounds. It was crazy. You saw the work we had to do to get this started? Then that ain't even the business. That was still doing the groundwork. It take 2 to 3 years to build a business. We still were struggling during that time. We wasn't popping yet. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have excess money, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So that groundwork, you still stayed we stayed in our bracket and what we could afford at the time. And then we kept elevating and believing in each other along the way.
Continue to do what the man does.
Right.
And you still allow me to be a woman.
Be a woman, yeah.
And do what I do.
Yeah. Let's tell the truth. What I told you your last year birthday. I've never in my life paid thousands of dollars for a birthday party in my whole I never in my life did that shit. I've never done that. That ain't even that's not even gifts. That's just, here goes you feel what I'm saying? And it wasn't like, oh my God, that's so expensive. Oh my goodness, this is the most a man ever spent. It was like, I'm doing this shit just for one day, like a one-day event, just to make it. Hey, listen, whatever make you happy, because you deserve it.
Happy wife, happy life.
Don't hit me with that bullshit, because niggas, I don't want to hear that shit.
You make me happy, I make you happy.
I don't want to hear that shit. Listen, but no, with all seriousness, there's things I've done, you know, things that I've paid for, things that I bought, and I've seriously, again, as a man, I've taken the back seat. I went and bought things out of TJ Maxx. I went to buy a sweater out of, I don't give a shit, Walmart, I don't know, but my wife and my kids are straight, and I'm okay with that, because that's what gives me joy. When I wake up in the morning, 3, 4, and I'm moving out the house and I'm shaking and baking, and I see y'all sleeping peacefully, and I know that they covered and they taken care of. That's when my grace comes in that. That's what a real man does. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to pride myself to be better than anybody, but that's what makes me happy. I've paid for things and done things for you that I've never would have. And probably to this day, I probably still won't even buy. I'm like, how much for that shit? I'm not buying that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you give me some jewelry and some shoes, but I ain't going all out on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, for what it's worth, that's what a man do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a man could really feel confident. This is why men abuse women, and they ego be bruised, because they not really where they want to be. And they project their negative energy in the way that they know they're not stepping up on a woman. That's really what it is. If you ever see an angry man, 9 times out of 10, he's a broke man. Because when men got money, we ain't really upset. We really don't have that, no stress. And that's what the real world expect from us.
Unless his woman stressing him out, then he'll be angry.
You can't stress a woman out when you got money.
No, she
can't stress you out.
She's stressing him out.
She can't stress you out when you got money.
Why?
Because I could buy you. I could replace you. You can't stress me out. I'm out. Whether it's a trip or another chick. Either way, I'm going to pay for the divorce or whatever.
It's not love. What about if you in love?
You taking away everything that I have, and that's my happiness. I thought you were supposed to bring my happy place.
Right. Okay. I get you.
That's why men that got money they have access to more, you know, to more in the world than a man that don't have money.
Right.
My father told me never. You know one thing my father told me? He gave me a secret. He said, "There's money you have and there's money you don't have. And the money you don't have, that's in case your chick ever leaves you." And I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Because the worst thing ever is for a woman to leave you and you don't have $1 to go out there and date and find another one. A woman walk away from you and leave you with nothing, and you can't even go and take a chick on a date Or to get on the
Them
date.
the type of dudes I was just telling you about that a woman would lose respect for, because if she's doing everything and you ain't, and and you not really doing nothing, she's not gonna respect you as a man, because she's not gonna feel protected, safe.
Right.
She's not gonna feel safe.
Secured.
She's not gonna be secured.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll make her. That's what make a woman gonna cheat. That brings her to cheating, flirting.
What about this one? What if a man lose it all and he trying, right, to get it back right? What point does the line get drawn where women be like, all right, I gave you more than enough time and you ain't making a cut and I'm out. You think that's wrong?
No, I don't. I think that's wrong. Okay, my opinion on that topic that you just asked about, if he lose it all and he's trying to gain it back, and I'm speaking for myself, and I see you going out there and you're putting out the
effort to make it happen.
If you're putting out the effort, if I see you trying your best,
right,
I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stick by you. I'm not gonna say, "Well, your timeline is up. I'm out."
The clock ran out.
The clock ran out. I'm out. I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna give you. I see you, but if I see you not doing anything and you playing around and you're smoking and you're hanging out,
playing video games,
bro, you rather go out here and hang out at the bar than to get your ass up and go do what you said that you
go to work.
But that's when your timeline gonna run out.
Yeah, because I tell my friends this. I'm like, listen, if it all was to go bad for me, I'll work 2-3 jobs to make sure my family good if I have to. If because life happens, right? Let's just say, God forbid, things go bad for you in life. What are you willing to do?
I've seen you do it. You worked hard and put yourself in a position where you could let me be the woman of this house.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that.
Yeah, that's the transaction right there that I get. My peace your peace is priceless. My dad always told me. So the amount of money that people be looking at like, bro, you just pay that? I had friends say that to me before. You crazy? I ain't paying for all that, and she ain't doing it. I'm like, that's how you feel. I mean, I feel like I'm at peace, so I don't give a fuck. There's no price on peace. You get what I'm saying? Now you got a chick, you going 50-50, but she calling you out your name, telling you suck my D. Excuse me, ma'am? What? Oh, you F boy, and then I'm like, bro, how do you wake up to that?
You don't talk to your partner.
But she lost the respect.
That's where the respect get lost.
You see what I'm saying?
You're not giving her reason to respect you. You're not giving her no reason to look at you.
I think that's why a lot of women are angry, because they really didn't have experience of dealing with a lot of real men. And for what it's worth, when I was younger, I wasn't the perfect man. But when I think back on it, I didn't give myself enough credit, because I don't remember a time when I wasn't on my grind. I can't tell you a time. You know what I mean? When I wasn't doing what I had to do, or hustling, or trying to figure it out, or whatever it is. I always kept money coming in one way. I had cars. I got documented. I remember I called the DMV and I was like, damn, you had so many. I was calling for a title. And I think right now I'm at car number 19? And I had 15 jobs and 19 cars throughout my life since I started working back in, I was like 16, 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So over 20 plus years, I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that might sound strange to somebody when you tell them that, but I can name every last one of them. And it's even with, like, recently, I told you I was bored on the couch, and they was like, oh, you're eligible for Social Security. I'm like, I work that much? I ain't even know. Bro, I ain't even that old. And like, man, you've been working since you was a teenager. You've been on the grind. You know what I'm saying? So I come from a different background. Like you said, you cut from a different cloth, and that makes it different. You know what I'm saying? That makes everything different. Yeah, but for what it's worth, I wish them all the best out there, and I hope that, people can understand that,
I just wanted to, share my opinion on the topic and on the subject on what's going on out there in the world.
Yeah. Well, give people, the thing I want to do more often is letting people know that, at the end of the day, no situation going to be perfect. And
that's true.
For what it's worth, if you love somebody,
nobody's perfect.
Honesty, I think the truth sets you free. And I think, honestly, when you live your truth and you're honest with yourself and you're honest with your partner, you can walk away with your head up high with pride and say, at least I kept it real with you. I told you what I was looking for, what my expectations was, what I expect from you. And I think communication is key. And that's a problem with a lot of people. They don't have great communicational skills.
And they don't give their significant other the opportunity,
Mhm.
like what I said that you know how when we first got together that you gave me, like this is what I got going on.
Yeah, and you can choose to stay or go.
You could stay,
Yeah,
or you could go. I don't think it's a lot of people out there that does that. That'll give the other person that opportunity, whether it's a man or woman, not just to beat down on men. You know, there's women out there that that can do the same thing.
Yeah, personality is personality. Don't matter the gender.
Then there's some women out there that love taking care of men.
Well, you know why, right?
That's like that.
You know why some women like lap dogs. You know, that's another topic for another time. But some women like lap dogs because a lap dog is more submissive than a man with money because they feel like they don't have the strength to deal with a man with money because they got to hold on. They're trying to hold on to him and not be in competition. They don't want to have the competition of other women because they feel like they got a man with money. It's like a lot harder to hold on to. It's a lot harder to obtain a man with money. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like dudes with bad chicks. They're afraid of pretty women. You've seen that. You made men nervous before. They don't know what to do around you. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, man, that's too much for me. I don't know how you deal with that. You must have a lot of money to deal with that. Little did they know, we was living in the basement, driving a Ford Fusion. You know what I'm saying? Sharing one car. And it's just all about being truthful and being honest with yourself. So that's just all mentality. That's something wrong with them. Them chicks that be having them dudes eventually, they wind up in some shit anyway in the long run. Yeah, you crazy. You don't want no damn black dog. Cause you're gonna go out there and sleep with the boss or a bossed up dude, and you're gonna get yourself in trouble. And this dude you got in the house or this lame dude right here gonna wind up killing both of y'all. Cause he ain't got nothing to lose. So you causing problems for no reason. You shouldn't even be playing them games because you know what you really want. How can you? I don't understand it, man. But we know people like that sit there in a relationship that they're not happy with. 10, 20 years down the line, you got kids with the dude, and you sitting there like, oh my God, I wish I never. Well, why did you do this?
Why did you do it? Right.
You wasn't honest with yourself. That's why I say live your truth.
Live your truth. Be honest.
Be honest with yourself. I should have bought that hat. Stop lying to yourself.
Live your truth.
Stop lying to yourself.
On that note,
we out.
We out.
Yeah, we back. No. Cash that download, ping, stop, follow, subscribe, like, whatever. Yeah, come back tomorrow.